Yo, what's up with it, y'all? It's JD, Travelsthenix, and I'm back with another quick video. In today's video, we're going to be doing some athletic training with a young cat that's the top high school basketball player in the state of Hawaii. You can look him up, Jeremy Robinson. He's a guard at a Moanalua High School. He definitely has a ton of game and a ton of potential, especially for somebody who doesn't really have a background of working out. But his game speaks for itself. If you look him up, he's super nice. Before we get into the video, if you're interested in travel and fitness content, also growth content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can get updated every time I drop new content. So we start off the training session with some high knees just to warm up. We went through a 3 exercise warm-up circuit. I was starting off with the high knees. After the high knees, we did some lateral jumps on 1 foot. This is kind of like an explosion drill, but more of a warm-up drill because it wasn't too difficult. Now you gotta do 2 sets, Jeremy. After the 1-legged lateral jump drill, we went into some explosive lunges. I did explosive lunges. Jeremy is a beginner, so I had him do a beginner variation of the same exercise. Basically what I did is I had him do lunges, but I had him do lunges at a slow speed and just basically get the form down. And he still did lunges from side to side and just as many lunges as I did. As you can see, my homeboy Lee was out there with us training as well. Lee's more advanced with Jeremy in terms of his movements and his skill as far as working out because he's been doing it longer. So Lee was doing more of the advanced movements that I was doing. After we finished up with the high knees, the lunges, and the lateral jumps, we moved over to a park bench where we did some more explosive work. The next exercise was a lateral jump off 1 foot, collect yourself on 2 feet, then explode up into a box jump, or in this case, a bench jump. We did that from both sides and we did 20 repetitions. So in total, we did 40 jumps on this bench. My turn, Lee.
How much is that?
This is number 7 for me. If you're somebody that doesn't have to worry about it, after we warmed our legs up, we moved over to the bars, and the first exercise of the day for me and Lee was some chest ups. Lee and I both did 10 reps each. For Jeremy, he's not as advanced. He's never really done pull-ups before he started training with me recently. So what we had him start off on is starting off on negatives the last few times that we worked out. And now, because Lee had brought his bands, we set Jeremy up to use the bands to do his pull-ups. Try to get those chest ups. Yeah, well, as many as you can do on those chest ups. As many as you can get high up on a bar. There you go.
But yeah.
Man, Lee, you got it strong.
Anyways.
Motherfucker, Lee couldn't even do a pull-up. Now he doing these. He made him look easy on them first 5 reps.
Bought the girl chicken nuggets. And I ate my own chicken nuggets.
Yeah, you about to distract Lee from his fucking set with this story. I bought the girl chicken nuggets.
Listen.
The fuck type of shit is that? Do your set.
No, I was
Yeah.
with a group of people.
Yeah.
I was with a group of people. This is what happened. And then we all parked and they went somewhere.
I just feel like that shit is some makeshift bullshit. You got that shit hanging on by a thread. I don't want that shit to snap up on you.
All right, guys, so after the pull-ups, the next exercise that we did was ring push-ups. This is just a basic push-up on the rings. Of course, the rings are more difficult than doing push-ups on the ground. It requires a lot more stabilization. So for me, I did sets of 20 on the ring push-ups. Lee also did sets of 20 on the ring push-ups. And this is Jeremy's first time using rings at all, especially doing the ring push-ups. We had him starting off doing sets of 5.
How is it the other band, Lee?
I got it.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, I still got it. You want it out?
No, that's it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and do 15.
Do like 5 first. Let me see how. Oh shit! Exactly. What's the difference between this and regular push-ups?
This is like you're stabilizing yourself.
Stabilize yourself. Holy shit! It's a 5. Exactly. Oh my goodness!
You got it, you got it.
There you go. 2,
Nice.
3.
Way to keep that core tight. Sick.
Talking about you can do 50. You can fucking break.
Like I can do 50.
Yeah, they look easy.
Oh,
These
shit.
motherfuckers ain't no joke right here.
I was gonna fall on my face.
Good shit, Lee. Good shit. Keep going, Lee. Keep going. Shit, get your 20 piece in there. 2 more. What's that, 18? That was 20?
After
Okay.
the ring push-ups, we went into dips. And on these dip exercises with the rings, they're a lot more difficult than they look. So for Jeremy, he couldn't really do any dips. So basically all I wanted him to do is get used to stabilizing himself on the rings and just holding himself above the ground for as long as possible. He did it for, I would probably say about like 7 seconds or so, which is good for just starting off. Eventually, once he gets more comfortable with that, and maybe if he builds up some more strength doing maybe parallel bar dips or just regular dips in general, we're gonna get him doing repetitions on the rings as far as dips go. So for me, I actually did an even more difficult variation with the dips. So basically what I did was I went from a pronated grip when I was dipping down, and then as I come up, I put my hands into a supinated grip. For Lee, he's kind of in the middle ground between me and Jeremy. Actually, he's more closer to me in terms of his strength, but Lee just did the basic dip motion on the ring dips. All right, guys, moving forward. Once everybody finished up their dips, we moved over to a different bench, and the next exercise was another leg exercise. This one wasn't very explosive. This is just building strength in the legs, strengthen the quads, the hamstrings, also balance. What we did was Bulgarian split squats. For me, I did sets of 20. That's 10 on each leg. For Lee, he did sets of 20, I believe. And for Jeremy, I think he might have even done sets of 20 as well. So for Jeremy, his lower body is a little bit more naturally strong than his upper body. And that's obviously just because he's a basketball player. And to become a good basketball player, you have to have lower body strength. You have to have explosion. Even if you don't work out, you're going to naturally have lower body strength from the movements that you make on a basketball court.
Oh yeah, that's probably why you like him, because you don't need it. It gives you better grip.
No calories.
Right? No calories. You want to move that top leg a little more.
There you go.
You didn't think he could what? Oh, from that picture before?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's actually real good.
Yeah, he came a long way. It's crazy looking back, because I don't even remember you ever being that chubby. But I guess you were at one point.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, that's just fat right there that you was.
When I was carrying.
Yeah.
And I was like in the middle of vacation right there too.
Was that was when we were
I was in New York.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember you was telling me about that. But you guys said you was walking a lot though, didn't you? All right, since Jeremy want to do incline push-ups next.
So after the Bulgarian
We're gonna
split
do
squats,
push-ups next.
we use that same bench. There's actually a bar on a lot of these benches in the park. And what we did was we did reverse grip push-ups. Tried to make it as close grip as possible. That works the inner part of the chest. Again, I did sets of 20 on these. I believe Lee did sets of 20 on these as well. And Jeremy did sets of 15. Another good exercise. This was a push-up heavy workout as far as the upper body portion. You'll see with the next exercise.
So you do 10. No, you do 10. You can do 10 on that. But
That's close enough.
yeah, but just you want to make sure that your chest is able to come down too. So let me see. Come down. You see what I'm saying? You want to be able to where your arms can have that opening for your chest to come down. Yeah. Is that a pit bull trying to fight a little cheesy dog? Hell yeah. But yeah, go down it. Oh, widen out your, when you go down there, widen out a little bit more. Yeah. This is a reverse grip right here. So start, there you go. There you go. All right, Lee, you up next.
This way?
Yeah, but not all the way close though. It's like I was saying to him, you want to be able to get your chest has to be able to come down.
Yeah, you might still put your face.
You see what I'm saying? So there you go. That's a good grip right there.
All right, so on the next exercise, we went back over to the rings. We did a little bit more of a difficult variation on the ring push-ups. So with this variation of the ring push-up, we start off in a pronated grip, and then we twist our wrists at the very end, and then we get into a supinated grip. Once we get into that supinated grip, we actually touch those rings. So for me, I did sets of 10 on these. I believe Lee might have did sets of 10 on these as well. And Jeremy is a beginner, and there's nothing wrong with it. He did sets of 3. The more consistent Jeremy becomes in his training, he's going to become much more stronger than Lee and myself very soon. Guys, we went through these exercises 5 times each. When I do my training sessions, I get into circuits, and each circuit I usually do 5 times. Sometimes I do 4 depending on the day. Sometimes I even do more than 4 sets. But this day in particular, I believe we did 5 sets.
I really don't need the bars like that. That's a good thing about them. But don't get me wrong, I still love the bars more than I like the rings. I really just got these just because all this quarantine shit. And then now that I know that the exercises is so much more difficult on here, I'm more so fucking with the rings. Just so all this shit is easy, even easier, you know what I mean? Yeah. The bar shit's gonna be easier when you gotta twist those wrists around when you're doing it. Because you're trying to get those wrists in a reverse grip. Just like that. There you go. You good. 3 is good.
The last exercise that we did for the day was another explosive jumping exercise. In this exercise, I brought out the mini hurdles and the cones. What we use the mini hurdles for is for our broad jumps, and the cones we use for our lateral jumps. The good thing about these cones is that you can put them in all different places, and you can get creative with the cones and the mini hurdles actually. That's the last exercise for the day. That's it for the workout. I hope you guys enjoyed the workout. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section. If you guys are interested in training with me, if you live in Hawaii, go ahead and hit up my website, www.travelsthenix.com. If you're interested in online training, you can also go to my website, or you can hit me up on Instagram for small questions or any inquiries. My Instagram is @Travelsthenix. Also, if you guys just want to chime in, go ahead and leave a comment. Go ahead and like the video if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe. I'll probably have more videos of me training Jeremy in the future, so you guys can see the progress that he's going to be making. That Jeremy's going to get a whole lot stronger and a whole lot more athletic, because he has so much potential in terms of reaching his athletic peak. But anyways, y'all, that's it for today's video. Holla at you guys soon. Peace.